Hey guys, it's your boy Jay, and this is Football Talk. And in this one, I am back with another reaction video. This one, I will be reacting to 20 tips and tricks you need to know in Madden 25. This is something that I've reacted to last year, and I want to say the year before that also. I'm not gonna lie to you, he gives some really good tips and tricks to help you win, help you improve, defense, offense, special teams, all that. Even little things that I'm not really into, but that can really help you. So I always enjoy watching these, even if I don't replay the game, even if I don't play the game, I just enjoy watching it and seeing, different things that I can take notes from and stuff like things. I mean, stuff like that. But before I hop into this, I need you guys to please go ahead and subscribe to your boy, because it not only helps me, helps you as well, because it gives you new content on the daily. Without further ado though, let's jump right into it. Headphones on. Oh, also, I will be live streaming on YouTube pretty much all day on Saturday for college football, because it is back, ladies and gentlemen. So yep, stay tuned for that. I'll be dropping some posts on my social media, on my Instagram and TikTok, about what time and everything, and I'll let you guys know that. But without further ado, let's get right into this.
If you're tired of struggling in your Madden games, I'm about to show you 20 tips that will instantly help you win more games. We're going to start with some basic tips and slowly work our way up to more advanced ones. Number 1, the spin move is king. Every year of Madden, they switch up the ball carrier moves a little bit. Last year, the juke was the powerful move. This year, it's the spin. You want to do the precision spin by holding down the right trigger or the R2 button while also holding down the B or circle button. You can then hold the left analog stick in the direction you want to spin, and this is by far going to be the move that is going to create the most separation between you and defenders. If you have the evasive ability on your player, it's going to make this even more powerful to use. Number 2, use drag routes for easy yards. If you have multiple drag routes on opposite sides of the field crossing each other, this is called a mesh concept, and you can find these plays in any playbook. So notice here against man coverage, this is actually going to work very well because the drags create a pick between the man defenders and it opens up your receivers. And against zone coverage, this also works very well because you're able to get underneath those zones, catch and run, and get easy yards. And while this can be a very powerful tactic, don't worry, later in the video I'll show you a tip that'll help you stop this.
Did you know there's an easy way to get more views on your old YouTube videos? And the best part is it's free.
Number
I was just about to say that. I hope that he shows
how
to stop that, because
that would be the R2 or the RT button. Do not hold it behind the line of scrimmage, because if you do, you're going to get blocked.
This is something that I had to get used to stop doing.
Shedding the block so quickly like this and you can't get good yards. Most of the time, it's probably because you're holding that sprint button a little too early.
Don't hold the sprint button, guys.
What you want to try to do is maneuver just using the left stick, and you only pull away in these situations once you get to the next level. If you just hold the left stick,
be good at running the ball.
You'll find that you'll get easy yards just like
exactly what you gotta do.
Every run isn't going to be a home run hitter, but right here, once we get to the second level, then we can try pulling away. Otherwise, just hold the left stick, maneuver, try to get your few easy yards, and don't hold the sprint until you are in a position where you have a chance to break for a big gain.
And I think that's why a lot of people would say, like, a lot of people have said that Madden's running game, like a lot of years, it's not. And I think it's some of it could be because of, it's not, but some other ones is because a lot of people are so used to holding the sprint before, like, as soon as you get the ball, like, you want to rip off that big run instead of getting your little few yards. If you do get a crease and you do get some more open field, that's when you use the sprint. That's how running backs in the field in real life do it. They don't just get the ball and then automatically go into a full sprint. No, you feel me? They use their lanes, they follow their blocks. It's more, you gotta think more, and at some certain times I still will press like the R2 because I'm on PlayStation, but for the most part I've gotten used to not relying on that.
Number 4, how to throw the ball away. Now this is something important to learn because you don't want to be holding the ball like this and taking sacks.
I do not know how to do this. With an
unexpected blitz, or you see that something's not open, just click the right stick in as if it was a button, and that'll allow you to throw the ball away with your quarterback just like this. Now make sure when you're throwing the ball away,
knew how to throw the ball away
outside of the pocket so you don't get intentional grounding. Or if you have routes that go to the sideline, typically in the pocket they will try to throw the ball away by that route just like this so they don't give you an intentional grounding penalty. Number 5, the best playbooks in the game to start with. Now I did a whole video on this, but let me give you a couple really good ones that you can check out. First is the Packers playbook. As you can see, It has a ton of great shotgun formations, but
Never
most
seen this
notably it
menu
has the
before.
bunch strong offset, which is really, really good every year, and it also has bunch tight end and bunch strong nasty, which are really good as well. They also offer some decent under center formations if you like running the
I think
ball
the bunch
too.
tight
And the
end is
next
one of my
playbook that I
favorites.
love is the Seattle Seahawks playbook. They also have some cool stuff under center, but they have one of the best shotguns in the game, and in fact, they have the best bunch tight end in the entire game. And I did an entire ebook based around this in my membership, which you can find linked in the comment below. I'm offering 7-day free trials for a limited time, so you could check it out at no cost to you. This is the best offense to win games in Madden 25. Number 6, avoid big hits. Fumbles happen a lot more this year, especially if you perfectly time a hit stick, so you may want to give yourself up and avoid these big hits. So if you want to avoid a big hit with a receiver or a running back, you want to tap the square or X button, and they will just lay down and give themselves up, and that'll
I've
avoid
done
you
this
from
on
taking a big
accident
hit that can
before
cause a fumble.
and lost
And
the
this is
Super
really
Bowl.
crucial when you are scrambling with your QB because they fumble more
I
than any other
just
player. You want
recently
to
found
tap
this
square
out,
or X,
like
and
2
you want to
years
make sure
ago.
that you do this with enough space to actually get down. You don't want to wait too late and get sucked into a tackle. Remember, just lightly tap the square or the X button. Do not hold it, because if you
Okay,
hold it, they will
lightly.
dive like this, and that is not what you want to do.
Oh.
Hey, if you're still here at this point of the video
Nah,
and you're getting
I've
value
done
out of
that
it, I would just
plenty of
ask that you
times.
subscribe and turn the bell
Trying to
icon on. That
slide.
way you never miss out on any of the best Madden tips to help
that
you win
one hit
games all
catch
year long.
animation is
About
so
70% of you that watch the videos aren't subscribed, so you're actually missing out on a lot of videos that you're not even aware of. Number 7, the best defense in the game. What you want to do in your playbook is you want to go to the
Not a
nickel
defensive
formation,
guy,
and you want to
but
go to double
I will
mug.
pay
Whether it's
attention.
regular double mug or the 2-4 double mug, this will work the same, and every playbook should have this. You want to click into that formation and you want to select the mid blitz 0. Now there's a bunch of different ways you could set up this play and formation to dominate on defense, and in fact this is another thing that I broke down in depth on my membership, which is linked below. If you want to get a lot of stops on defense, make sure to check it out, but I'm going to show you the basic and easiest way for beginners to use this defense. All you want to do is crash your defensive line down, which is left on the D-pad, and then down on the right stick, and then just control the safety that is manned up to the running back. And it's very simple. If the running back goes out on a route, you just run with him. If he stays into block, you want to just stay over the middle and help out the defense. And what most people are going to do on passing downs is send all of their options out, which means you're going to have a free runner right at the QB just like this. That is because we are sending more rushers than they have blockers, and what's great about this is that the alignment allows that free rusher to come in so quick that they do not have a chance to pass. Now on my membership, I show how to get this pressure while actually dropping more guys back into coverage, so make sure you check that out. Number 8, how to easily score on the goal line. When you're at this part of the field right here, it can be very hard to score, but there is a little tip that made a comeback this year that is going to make it super easy. What you want to do is typically go to like a shotgun and do a inside zone run from your running back. Now almost every shotgun formation is going to have an inside zone run. And once your running back takes a couple steps, you want to hold down the square or X button, and he's going to do a big dive over the goal line just like this.
I've seen so many people do this.
Defensive shading. Now remember earlier when I said how good those drag routes were because they beat man, but they also do a good job at getting under these zones and getting big yards like this? Well, there's a shading technique that works really good to eliminate this, and it will absolutely destroy players who just want to throw checkdowns all day. I find that this works best out of a cover 3 style defense, and what you want to do is press Y or triangle and then shade your defense underneath, which is down on the right stick, and you'll notice your zones will change a little bit. Now notice now how the defense plays very aggressive, and if I try to throw these drags, they are there to hit them as soon as they catch it. But the good thing about this is this can also lead to interceptions just like this because they're playing down in front and they're ready for that route. Number 10, the new read option. This year, they changed up the read option mechanics, and a lot of people are struggling with this. Now, in the past, when you wanted to hand the ball off to your running back on a read option, you would hold the A button on Xbox or the X button on PlayStation. Now, if you want to hand the ball off, it does it automatically, so you do not have to press a button. However, if you want to pull the ball with your QB, that is what you use the A or X button now for. So if I hold that down, I will keep it with the QB, and these are really good for getting some big yards. And what a lot of people will do with these read options is use a fast QB like Lamar
I never knew
it,
that.
and they get some crazy yards with this. Now for tip number 11, I'm going to tell you how to stop the QB from getting easy yards on this because that's all people want to do with read options. What you want to do at the play call screen is press the right stick in as if it was a button, that's going to bring up your coaching adjustments. And this is something you should set for literally every single game, especially if you're playing a fast QB. You want to go to option defense and you want to put this on conservative. This will tell the defense to focus on the quarterback and not the running back. So I want you to notice the difference now. When I try to keep this with Lamar, notice how TJ Watt is right there and I'm not getting any yards. Because I've told the defense to focus on the option, that means they're going to stand up and play containment every time. Number 12, how to stop scrambling QBs. Have you ever been in a game and you're just mad that guys are doing this with their QB because they're fast? They're getting outside of the pocket.
I'm one of those people that do it with my
picking up 5 to
QB.
10
I'm not
easy
gonna lie
yards
to
of
you.
play. One simple thing you can do on your defense is just use QB contain. So if you're worried about a scrambling QB on any given play, all you have to do is hit the RB or R1 button twice. 1, 2, and now you'll see the outside rushers are in containment. Now this doesn't work 100% of the time. Sometimes they will bug out a little bit, but most of the time when you try to scramble now, they will be out there to limit you to no yards. This is because their entire job on a contain assignment is to set the edge, and when they do that, you usually can't scramble. Number 13, the actual best way to scramble with a quarterback. Most people think the best way to scramble is side to side, but that's actually not the case. What you want to try to do is climb the pocket, and then these lanes will open up just like this, and you'll see that you'll get a lot more yards scrambling.
Yeah, I've always been a
This
side to
does
side
take
guy. I
some
thought that
practice,
was
so I recommend
the
going
way.
into practice mode, but if you can climb the pocket, you'll notice that you'll have those rushing lanes almost every single time if they're not blitzing. You can see how I'm able to step up and get easy yards every time. Just remember what I told you about earlier. When you're in that open field, make sure that you're tapping the X or square button to slide with your QB so you don't take hit. Number 14, use RPOs, but not just any RPOs. The ones you really want to focus on are the RPO alert bubbles like this one right here on the left side of the screen. Now, if you want to find out where these are in your playbook, you can go over to concept, you can go down to option, and then you want to tab over to the RPO alert. And if you scroll through here, you will see any formations where you have an RPO alert bubble, meaning a run play with a bubble screen on the outside. So we can see this playbook has a few different ones in it. But I like these best from a trip set like this. And the reason for that is because the bubble screen on the outside is going to have multiple blockers. Also, this is a formation that can misalign the defense pretty good, so you can get good numbers. Now, the way to run this is pre-snap. You want to kind of look to the outside, see if you have numbers. If you do, you might want to throw the bubble screen or look in the box. Right here, we can see the box isn't too stacked. So I'm just going to let the QB hand the ball off to the running back, and we go get easy yards up the middle. Now, right here, I can see pre-snap that the outside is wide open. The bubble screen is going to be the play here. So I'm going to hold the B button down and look how wide open this is. And we're actually going to go untouched for a touchdown.
That's DK
now also
too.
make sure to take a little peek to the outside right after the ball is snapped, because if you see the defense bite on the inside like this, you can also just quick throw this bubble screen for easy yards. For tip number 15, I'm going to show you how to stop
see how
those bubble
DK
screens,
just
because
brushed him
most
off?
people like to
That's my
spam
boy
them.
Wilson, though.
What you
He-
want to make sure to do
he
is take
brushed
one
that
of your
one off.
intermediate defenders and you want to man him up on the bubble screen. So you can press A on Xbox or X on PlayStation when you're on that defender. Then you're going to go up on the right stick, and then you're going to select the receiver you want to man him up to, which in my case is going to be the B receiver. So we can see that he's manned up on him, and what you want to do is you want to make sure that he's lined up about right here. You want him slightly to the inside. When you go to throw this bubble screen now, he's going to run down there, and he's going to do that.
Damn.
He's going to limit it to no yards. Number
DK off
16,
his
new
ass.
hot routes. We've got some really useful new hot routes in the game this year. For example, for your inside receivers, you can now hot route them to post routes like this, or corner routes like this, which we couldn't do that in the past without abilities. You can also do this to the outside receivers as well, although their routes are going to be slightly different because of where they're lined up. But one of my favorite new hot routes for the outside receivers is the speed out. So if you pull up your hot route, you can see that you have a speed out here for our left receiver, which is left on the left stick. And this can be really useful against an off man coverage or a cover 3. So for example, the defense is in a cover 3 and we're able to throw this really quickly to the sideline for easy yards. Number 17 is route stimming. This is another new thing they added to the game this year, and I'm going to show you the best way to use it. So for example, here we're in a bunch look. I'm going to go ahead and streak the inside receiver, and I'm going to put my outside receiver on a corner, which is one of those new hot routes. Now to stem a route, you want to pull up your hot routes, which is Y or triangle, select the receiver that you want to stem, and then you hold down the LB or L1 button. And while you're holding that down, you can move the left
Probably would
analog
still
stick up
not
or
do
down
this,
to adjust the
but
route. Now, what we
it's
want to
cool.
do with
I'm
a
glad that
corner
they got
in a
it
look like this is we want
in
to
the
stem
game.
it all the way down. Why is this good? Because this will help him get to the sideline really quickly, and this can be very useful versus a lot of zone coverages like cover 3, for example. So watch as
I
he
think I'll
bumps to the
probably use this like when
sideline. We
I'm in
can
like
then
the
pass this
playoffs
like so, and he's going to have a big gain
or like
very easily. But
yeah,
another
probably
way I
like the
like to use
playoffs.
this is with those speed outs that I just talked about. So I'm going to put my outside receiver here on a speed out, and then I'm going to actually stem him up pretty deeply like this. Now again, against a cover 3 or an off man look, this is going to do a really good job at getting underneath it to the sidelines for a huge gain. You just have to time it up and possession catch it like this. Number 18, disguise your coverages. There's multiple ways we could do this in the game this year, which is pretty cool. The first one we can do is a new feature, which we
I
can
did hear
use
a
by
lot of good
going
things
into our
about
formation.
this.
So right here, we're going into the
This
nickel
was like a
over,
big
and we
thing
can
that
use the right stick, and we can move this
EA
over, and you can see that
push
the shell is going to change. So we can show
for
the same
the
coverage shell
defensive
every play if we
minded
want. So if we want to show
players.
a two-man look every play, then no matter what we come out in, it's going to show a two-man look. So I can come out in a cover 3 sky, for example, but it is going to line up as if it's a cover 2 man. Now, normally if we came out in a cover 3, it would line up like this. It would be more of a giveaway that it's a cover 3. But by setting our coverage shell to 2 man, it's going to line up like this. So our opponent will never actually know what coverage we're in. But another way that you could disguise your coverage to look the exact same no matter what you come out in is at the play call screen. You can click the right stick in, once again, to bring up your coaching adjustments. You can go to auto alignment and you can set this to base, which is going to be very useful. So here we're in a cover 3, and look, no matter what I audible to, nobody is going to move. It is going to stay in this same look. We can go to a blitz, we can go to anything we want, and it is going to show the exact same look every single time. Number 19, how to master the new kickoff. So first, I'm going to show you how to do the kickoff correctly and also how to get the best out of your returns. Now, when you kick the ball off this year, it has to at least
wicked,
go past
but
the
cool
green
at the same
zone.
time.
So let me show you what I'm talking about here. It has to land in the landing zone or the end zone. Otherwise, they're going to get the ball much further down the field. Now, when it comes to returning kicks this year with the new trick returns, I think the best thing to do is do the reverse left or the reverse right. These are going to give you the best chance to pull off some really crazy returns. So what's going to happen is you're going to receive the ball and you're going to want to run kind of in front of the guy that's on the reverse. You're going to want to hold LB or L1 and reverse it to him. Now, you're not going to get big returns every single time, but I've just found that this is going to be the best way to pull off big returns. Now, to prevent those big returns,
this is going to be so exciting to watch
really
in the regular season, man.
Kick option, which is the wire triangle button, and just kick it with as much
Yo,
power
imagine
and
college
accuracy
football
as possible.
adopts
This should put it either
my.
out of the end zone or at the very back of the end zone like this, where
It's going to be some of the most exciting plays you ever seen.
They're going to risk taking out a deep kick. Number 20.
I wonder would college adopt this.
Here we're going to do a regular kickoff. I'm going to get full power. I'm going to get good accuracy, and you're going to notice the ball is going to fall just a little bit short. Look at where the ball is coming down on the replay. Look how short this actually wound up being. What you want to do before the kick is hold the left analog stick all the way down. This is going to change the arc of your kick to make it a little bit more of a line drive. Then you're going to go full power, try to get the best accuracy possible, and watch the difference how this time we're able to get it through the uprights. Make sure you're holding down the analog stick as you kick, and then you can see just look how much further the kick went this time. Now that you know about these tips, you're halfway.
I ain't gonna lie to you, that kicking one though might have been one of my favorites, to be honest with you. I don't struggle at like in Madden, but longer kicks, yeah, when the pressure's on the line. But these tricks, I mean, these tips and tricks was awesome, just like they always are. I learned a lot of new things, especially on the defensive side. I'm not a defensive guy, but I've been more and more interested in the defense than I have in years past. I can honestly say that. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this reaction. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.